Welcome to the November 1st, 2021 Library Trustees meeting. This is the last Trustees meeting before the building opens tomorrow, which is exciting. So we've all been busy. Let's just go through this agenda as quick as we can. So public participation.
Kirby's here. I'm not sure if you had anything to say.
Yeah, I'm
Kirby.
just, thank you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good evening. Congratulations, folks, for many, many years of hard work to get where you're getting to tomorrow, so to speak. So congratulations. The only thing I'm really here for, folks, is to re-verify that nothing has changed as far as the evenings that the town may use the community room.
What exactly are you meaning, Kirby?
That the Mondays and Wednesdays are blocked for use for the town's meetings in the community room.
They are not. As far as I'm aware, we had a discussion with Anthony today, and the plan was that the town meetings would still be in 103. So.
Okay, well, that's probably going to precipitate some actions as far as the gear we have in there, Mark. I'll be straightforward with you.
Okay, so why don't we set up a time that you, me, Katrina, and Anthony can all talk sometime next week.
Sure.
And figure a plan out.
Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, guys, we've been operating in the town with the police department and the fire department, working through their schedule, and to make the statement we can't use the environment, that's a kind of hard pill to swallow, particularly since the place was sold as the place that we were going to broadcast from. So thank you very much for your time, Katrina. And I won't bother you fine folks anymore. Again, congratulations.
So definitely, Kirby, I understand your perspective, and we've been talking about how to make this work and also balance the community perspective, which this is one of the few places in town where community can use the room. So we are definitely open to the conversation and look forward to having that conversation with you.
Yeah, just to be on the record, police station and the fire department, both are public places for the town to use.
Yes, those are true.
Okay.
103 is not, so that's what I was referring to.
Again, I look forward to a conversation with you fine folks. Again, congratulations and good evening.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other public participation?
No.
All right. So any correspondence?
No.
All right. We have the minutes, approval of the minutes from October 7th.
Move to approve the minutes from October 7th as printed.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? No. Okay. So we'll move to a vote. So Mira?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
And Kimberly?
Yes.
And I'm a yes as well. And treasurer's report?
Yes. I have the numbers as of yesterday from Sean O'Brien. Chris, I'll forward these to you as well. But for the trust gifts, the account is $4,158.70. The building fund is $936,000. Wait, $936,114.95. It's hard to say these big numbers. State grant is $3,518,758.14. I don't have the Barth report for the end of October. He hadn't gotten that as of yesterday, but we did get a check from the Rotary Club for $40,000, which is going to be in the next Barth report. I'm assuming the November one, not the October one.
I think that's a good assumption. So definitely thank you, Rotary, for the 40,000. That was a great donation. Any other comments on the treasurer's report? Okay, hearing none, let's move to the Friends report.
Okay, so the Their net worth was up over last year. So right now the net worth was about $29,000. And the membership dues were about 2,900 to date, which was down from last year. But they are hopeful that once the building process is all taken care of, people might redirect their money back towards the Friends. The membership was low, but when they are sending out a newsletter, once the library is open, they've been waiting for the library to open before sending out the newsletter, and they will hoping that will give a membership bump when that goes out. They agreed to give some seed money to start the Library of Things once we figure out what we want in the Library of Things, and also agreed to fund museum passes for next year. And then the Holiday Bazaar is on at, I believe it is back to the middle school now, I heard. So it was going to be at Russell Street, but back to the middle school on December 4th from 9 to 3. So they're trying to figure out what items they will have to sell at that, if any. And then they also had the annual meeting where they voted on the board that we went through last time. So they have their new board members. That's official now. And they did also make official the bylaw change, adding the student membership, and added 2 junior liaisons who will be non-voting members because they are under 18 as an advisory position.
That's cool.
And yeah, so that is fun. And that's it.
Awesome. Do you know if they're going to have materials out at the opening for the Friends? Does anyone know? I see Helen say yes. No one's really sure. Okay. We'll see what
No,
we can
I
do.
thought I heard Sarah say they would have membership forms and, nothing to sell, but things, a way for people to become members of the Friends and
Okay.
join the Friends.
Cool. Does seem like a good opportunity to have contact, even if it's just explaining what Friends is. All right. Any questions about Friends report from anyone? All right. Building project updates.
So Katrina and I spent more or less all day today and most of yesterday at the library, I think. We have a temporary certificate of occupancy now. So we are free to open tomorrow at 10. They delivered a lot of the furniture and end caps to the shelving. They're going to be doing a little bit more installation in the morning, and then we're going to clean up in preparation for the opening. The temporary certificate of occupancy was because there's a couple things that we need to address, like the strobe light placements, and the automatic door sometimes sticks. But we're all good to go. Once we're actually in the building, I think we're going to see about getting the 4th check from MBLC. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah.
I also I talked with Littleton Electric, and they've released all of the stuff so that we can apply. We can put out to bid the solar package, the solar panel. So I don't think that's going to happen this week, but I think it will happen within the next 2 weeks. So, did I miss anything? There's still going to be furniture arriving in dribs and drabs for probably the next couple of months, I would assume. I know like the patio furniture isn't supposed to come for quite a while, I think. Probably in the dead of winter or something, I think, right?
Majority of it is coming next week on Wednesday.
The patio furniture?
No, the patio furniture is coming in like January or something. But
Yeah.
the other furniture is coming pretty much next week.
So at the moment, basically, we're missing computer tables and the what?
Some children's room tables too are missing.
Yeah.
No.
So, so we're in decent shape. Oh, and we're missing one set of shelving too. So that's like a month or so out. The large print is on carts until shelving arrives. The stopgap shelving didn't work because it was too wide, made the aisle too narrow. So, did I miss anything, Katrina?
No, I think there might be some tables arriving next week as well,
Yeah.
for patrons to sit at, things like that. But yeah, we have used other tables and things to fill in for now so that we have the function of the library present. They set up computers today for patrons, 3 of them, just on temporary tables, things like that. So I think we have everything that fulfills the function of a library available now.
So we will have to, make a decision based on how much furniture is arriving and how disruptive it's going to be,
Yes.
whether we close like sections of the library while they're doing assembly, right? So that'll probably be a call based on how much furniture there is and, at a time and how disrupted it will be for patrons to be in the area while there's workers in the area. So, and if it's one table versus, a dozen tables type things and so on and so forth.
So Mark, who makes that decision?
I think that's probably a combination. It's either Sam or a combination of Sam and you probably that would make that decision. But we'll have to, I think we basically see what's coming next week and, and the quantity and the time frames. So
And when the people will be there to assemble it.
Yeah.
So if they deliver on Wednesday, I got a confirmation from the vendor that they can work on Thursday. Thursday is Veterans Day. So the library will be closed anyway. So if they can knock it out on Thursday, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
That would be even better. So yeah, and we can, one of us can let them in the building and oversee it. So
Yeah, you don't have to do that, Sam.
All right.
So we should talk and push back and see if they can deliver it on Thursday instead of Wednesday, or if we have to put it in one of the storage areas Wednesday and then they come back on Thursday. So
I'm not sure it'll fit in the storage area, Mark.
it
Nothing
depends
else.
what they're delivering.
The way it's been coming, I think we'd have to just use floor space for it.
Yeah. So if that's the case, it would be better if they delivered it on Thursday. So
I'm going to push back on you because I think Sam said they only deliver on Wednesday. So we don't want to miss that delivery window.
Yes, but yes. So we can talk more later about what would happen.
Okay.
So
We will continue to have
or
this discussion.
where we can push it, where we can temporarily put the stuff so that's safe for the patrons and available when they need to move in.
I would love to see what's coming to Sam because that might help make that decision of what happens next week.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what's coming.
He doesn't know. Okay. So
Yeah.
he doesn't know until it arrives.
Right.
Ugh.
But he did say that instead of having it delivered to their warehouse, they might just send it straight to the library. So we'll have to talk with them and
Just
yeah,
keep us up to
figure out.
date.
Yeah, sure.
So the other question is whether we could put it in the old library when they deliver it and then just have them move it over too, or if that's not feasible.
Again, I don't know where they would put it there. There's all the shelving.
There's the Cooper room that's empty.
Yeah, that's true. The Cooper room is empty.
So anyway, we'll work this out. So, and I assume that we're going to be getting deliveries regularly on a Wednesday for some time, or potentially.
No, he said that pretty much everything's coming next week.
Oh, that would be awesome then.
Yeah, it's really just the patio furniture that's coming at a later date, which really doesn't matter because we wouldn't use it right now anyway.
Okay. So does anyone have any questions on the building? It's coming. I will say that yesterday it looked like a disaster, but today it looks really nice. So.
Yes, the staff and everyone really pulled it together today. I was impressed. All right. Mark, is that it for updates?
Yes.
Hi, Wendy. All right, we have trustee updates now, so I'll just go around my screen. So Kimberly.
I was excited to go to the little pre-opening on Sunday. My family and I started the first puzzle at the puzzle table, and it just felt really comfortable to be there. I loved how open the space was, and being able to find, it was kind of easy to find the sections, and Abby's really excited about the library opening back up again because he was looking at the shelves and wishing he could check out everything.
I'm sad to say that we had to take the puzzle table down temporarily.
I knew that might happen, but it was still fun to be there for an hour.
I have a place to set up a puzzle for the weekend. Don't worry. I have to just put it out. All right, Chris, do you want to go?
Sure. My very limited update is that my contribution this week was being able to get the scissors from Town Hall from Diane Dickerson and deliver them to Sam in his office on Monday afternoon. So unfortunately, I won't be able to contribute a whole lot more than that, but I'm happy that I was able to do that. And also be cautious tomorrow. They're very sharp. I was warned. So, but I'm excited to get into the library in the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be there with you guys this weekend, but I will be there in spirit.
We will definitely miss you, and thank you for getting the scissors for us. All right, Mira.
I echo what Kimberly said. It was great to see the library on Sunday, and my family loved it. Can't wait to be in there for good once it's really open. So really looking forward to spending time in the new library.
Wendy.
I'll echo the two of them. It was fantastic. I think I loved most the little kids that were just horrified that they couldn't take the books yet. The space was lovely, but the books, why can't we have the books? And I think no matter what is right or wrong tomorrow, people being back around the books and the people, the librarians, is going to be the most exciting thing for people. And I think that's great. I also, it's just so heartwarming to see the community coming together. I have dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of cookies that'll be coming back over tomorrow. I had a whole group of sixth graders who frequent the library, especially on those half days, all baking today and packaging things up. So it's just great to see the community piece. And Sam, thank you for everything you've done to kind of make this happen. So we're really excited for this weekend.
All right, Mark.
So I've been really busy on all kinds of things outside of just with the building itself. We've started the conversations about the budget with the, what's the finance director. I've been working with the Littleton Electric on the solar panels and the EV charger. And we've been discussing with the town about a YA librarian position. And I miss being able to get out books. I finally I've read everything that I have out from the library last week. So that either means that I returned everything before it was due or, yeah, I don't know how that actually happened because it doesn't normally happen. So I'm looking forward to books again.
So I echo what Mark said, and I know Sam has also been busy in many of these things that we've had a lot of balls in the air, not just the building, but lots of other things happening. I do have on my list of things to follow up with next week, things like LCTV's meeting room questions and the budget meeting to set the date with the new finance director. And we're going to be meeting with the select board on Monday to talk about that YA position. And I've talked to Anthony about setting up a date next week to walk through the old library and talk about how to clean it up and get rid of the things that cannot be used by the town anymore. So there's lots of meetings happening that takes some time.
There's ever a point, because I know you and Mark are handling a lot of these kind of meetings and things like that. Like if you ever need someone else there, I mean, I have work and meetings, but it's somewhat flexible and I work from home. So like if you ever just need someone to kind of to be there, please ask. I don't know what's coming up. So like all you have to do is ask and
Yeah.
I'll be
I
there.
was thinking it might be nice to have you, since you're doing our treasurer, that you might be there talking about the budget and that piece of it, if you don't mind. That would be great.
Absolutely. Sure.
And I definitely appreciate, I know Wendy and Mira have been working on the food for the opening stuff, and that has been really great to know that it's just in good hands and I don't have to think about that part. I've been very grateful for that assistance for those kind of things. And kind of handing off those things is hard when you're picking up the other stuff that's a little more fraught, I guess, or like just navigating the new stuff that I'm not used to navigating. It's been different. It's been good. But I have to say that standing outside the new library today and people coming and hoping it was open, they're just excited to get in. They were like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And then I worked with Diane to set up the story walk up the path between the schools and Shattuck Street. And that was a lovely way to spend an hour with her. But I was sitting in the library today and saw lots of families actually using it. The kids coming out of the middle school for their half day were actually walking up and like looking at them. So it was really gratifying to actually see it being used. So those were fun to put together as well. And Sam, I have to give you the biggest shout out. I know you've been dealing, you and your staff have been dealing with so much with this move. And I know it hasn't always been fun, but I'm very grateful for everything you guys have done.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by what you guys have pulled off, to be honest. So you guys are rock stars.
Thanks.
All right. We've got director's report.
So really just the last month has been spent moving, getting the library ready. The staff has been great. They've, done everything. They carried stuff across the parking lot for us. And they're today late, pitching in and doing what they could. They've been really awesome, especially Diane, she and Jean, they were really working on that children's room. Andy came back to work on the local history room, and, everybody has just been really awesome. I took the MBLC folks on a tour of the library last Friday with Brian, and they loved it. They thought it looked great. They thought we did a really great job. One of them, Lauren, she lives in Ayers. She said she's going to start going there now instead. She thinks it's great. Next Tuesday, actually, the select board meeting was moved to Tuesday. I'm going to talk to them about creating the new librarian position. And like Mark said, we're going to talk about the budget. And that's really it. We're just excited to open up and finally be a library again. Yeah.
Hey, Sam, looking through your report, do we have door counters now for the new building?
No, the ones I have to go over tomorrow and get so we asked George to bring them over, and he brought all the old door counters, not the new ones. So I have to, they're easy to get. They just pop off the wall, and they plug into a wall, and they have batteries. So it's not hard. I just have to, if anybody has command strips, actually, that could be useful. All right.
Wait, I donated mine the other day. Where did they end up? I'll look for them and see.
I used them to put up the rotary board.
You did.
I have some. I have some of those green ones. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but I have those green ones that are Velcro.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I can bring those.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm not actually sure where mine went, so that would be great.
Yeah, and everything's pretty much out of the old library except for the friends tables. We have to talk to them about what they want to use them or what they want to do with them. And
the folding chairs are the friends as well?
No, the folding chairs were ours.
Okay.
But we have so many chairs that we can donate them. Yeah, we don't need them. Yeah. So.
And the books are still in the closet for friends, right?
Right.
There's stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is something we can definitely chat with them while we're at the opening this weekend to kind of get a feel for what they want to do.
Sure.
Hey, Sam, is everything in the closet behind the friends, the book closet, also the friends stuff now too, for them to go through, or is there library stuff there too?
It's mostly the it's mostly old stuff that we don't need. It's stuff they've used in their book sales, I think. So I don't know if they want to keep them, but I mean, technically it's all our stuff, but they've been using it for book sales. It's
Okay.
those
The
the spinning,
display
rotaries.
cases.
yeah, the spinning, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think that's the majority of what's in there.
We still didn't find the thing like the mini golf tablecloths and things like that, or to my knowledge, I'm still missing. So hopefully they'll be in the back of that closet.
Yeah.
And we'll discover it. I did see today that we have a mini golf hole in our storage.
Yeah, we've had that for a long time.
I didn't realize it was still there.
Yeah.
Guess we have to schedule mini golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, that was
Well-
one of the things the kids said to me at the event the other day. They're like, this is going to make a great mini golf hole.
Well, we'll see if Sam's any better at mini golf in the new library than he was in the old one.
He's
No.
going to beat you this time.
Um,
He might be able to
I
beat the current chair.
Yeah, well, I think he welched on the bet last time, so.
oh yeah.
That eye squint was for you, Mark, not Sam. All right. So your report looks good to me. I don't have any questions. Anyone else have questions for Sam? I'm actually impressed with the numbers given that we were closed for them.
Hey, Helen, how was participation at the programs?
Not good. They were great up until, if you look at the report, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. But once we closed, even the Jeffrey Archer program that I thought would have had a ton of people because everyone reads them, I buy 2 or 3 copies. We didn't. I think people thought we were just closed, which meant we were closed for even virtual programming. So gonna have to, do a little work when we get back in the swing of things.
And maybe, for the meeting tomorrow, not the meeting, the opening, I've kind of come up with some community input questions just to try to see what kind of programs people want. But the other thing I could add to that question is, in what way do you want them delivered to you? Do you want them in person? Do you want them virtual? Do you want, and maybe we should be getting some input of where people hear about library news. Like, is it, where are people getting their updates from about the library? Or is that more an advocacy where we can tell people about the email list, the Facebook page, we don't have the newspaper anymore, so that doesn't help.
I don't know.
Right. Would those be useful questions, I guess, because we could print additional
I
slides.
think anytime that you get input, it's useful because anytime that you might be going along your merry way and all of a sudden somebody has a great idea and it just takes off.
I think it would be really helpful for sure. And I think, again, I relied on my husband for a lot of this. He would be like, did you know the library was doing, did you know? Because my work hours didn't always coincide with getting to the library as much. And I think that I'm finding that when there's a lot of the reposting, that's really helpful to get some traction. So when the friends post and the library post and you see it kind of gaining some traction. But I'm still finding, even as I'm tracking it more, there are events that have kind of already come and gone by the time they make it on my radar. And I'd be really happy to kind of explore that with you and kind of see if there's a better way to get some of that out there.
I do think this communication thing is our one thing we really need to work on, and it's not anyone's doing anything wrong. It's that it's changed. I feel like that Facebook's algorithms changed, like how people get information's changed. And I'm not sure, I am not up to date on the most recent ways to get information to people. So Wendy, if you want to work with them on that and see what else is out there, what they're doing, maybe some new ways, if you have some ideas, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd be really interested in talking to people about that. And I don't know what the rules are, but even looking at Instagram, which hits the younger crews, if we're targeting the teens at all. I think we have an Instagram page. I'm just not sure anyone's using it. Maybe their friends are. Okay. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to whoever about that. I'm happy to own that. Sam, is there someone Wendy should work with who's usually doing that stuff?
Usually it's me or Susan. We do have an Instagram, but so we post to Facebook and then Facebook automatically posts it to Instagram. So it's,
Okay. Cool. It somehow doesn't show up in any of my algorithms, so I got to work on that, I guess. I got to favorite you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
So-
connect with Sam, but maybe not this week. Maybe.
Yeah, let's let Sam settle in. Right, let's give him a break from our faces, I guess.
So, has there been any thought of doing like another Littleton Reads program? We have the new library and everything. Do we want to do something to try and do another community-wide type reading event and programming around that?
Yeah, but we need to settle in first because that's a
Yeah, I'm not suggesting we start it right away. I'm suggesting it would be a nice thing to do over the winter.
Yeah, you
It
mean
takes a
like
while to
January?
get going anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Another question I had, speaking of community input, is I don't expect everyone to use these community boards, but maybe, I know we had done surveys about the building and things, but is it time for us to, not right away, but like early next year, start trying to ask people, like survey people to see a little bit broader audience, what people want for services in the new building, how are they going to get their information, all that stuff. Maybe we should just keep a list of questions that we actually need data to help inform our decisions for and our actions. If everyone's just thinking of ideas, that would be great. So maybe we can put some questions together in a survey in the future. Not right away, because we've got to settle in first. But And as we use the building, I think things will come up. So I'm sure if there's a list at CERC desk or something and a patron mentions something, you guys could just jot it down, or we could create a Google Doc and do it that way. So it's accessible to everyone. And just keep any brainstorming ideas that come up when people talk.
So the other thing on the new building while we're on things like that is when we just find that there's things that we need that we don't have or would like to do different, right? The librarians tend to be rather creative and, coming up with solutions to problems that, which is great. I'm not suggesting we don't encourage that, but we should also not assume that we have to do everything with a zero budget, right? And let's try and figure out what makes the most sense rather than the most expedient or, the quickest solution. So like if we need to do something better for signage, then let's invest in something that we figure out what we want for signage and invest in something that's going to fit the decor and what we want the library to be, right? And I'm just picking on signage, but it could be anything, right? When we figure out that something's missing, then let's come up with a long-term solution in our long-term building, right? That everyone will be more happy with.
Does that mean I have a blank check?
It doesn't mean you have a blank check, but it means we have a checkbook.
Okay.
We are willing to support you if you can justify it.
Yes. But
I know
we do
you
have-
guys are all good at just fixing things on the fly, and we should look long term. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that is director's report. Helen, did you have anything else you wanted to add? We just asked about programs, but is there any programs or things coming up that maybe we could help?
No, I just want to come to work and not have to unload 40 chairs with Sam and not have to push stuff across the parking lot. We just want to be normal again. Do you know what I mean? You just want to see people come in and do the book part, do the DVD part, do the kind of, we're getting there. We're getting there.
I know it's not normal. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for you guys.
So we just want to go back to normal, really. And it'll happen, but it's like anytime you move, it's kind of like you can make coffee the first day, the next night you make a dinner, so we're getting there, but we just want it to, I guess we're impatient at this point. We just want it to happen.
Where is the coffee going to be?
It's downstairs. I had to laugh. I walked by and we must have reused boxes, talking about reusing, and the box where the coffee stuff says vodka on it. So we probably have to change that before.
I had the same observation.
I saw that. I'm like,
that
bold
can't be in
choice.
front of the children's room. Sorry.
We'll have a whole new audience for the library. Serving the vodka.
I mean, Sarah and I have been bouncing around an idea about like the wine tasting, beer tasting in the library. So that would be fitting. That box would be fitting at that point. Actually, wouldn't, because it wouldn't pass the bylaw.
Speaking of programs, something that else that happened today was MBLC deposited the check for the LSTA grant that we got. So we now have the money for that in our banking.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you get to
And do you need any help with us from us on getting anything going on that, or?
Probably. I'll I have to like settle and figure it out first. But yeah, we'll probably need help, especially with the loop system. That's something we're going to have to get installed. So
Is the planning on this more something that we're talking about starting work around Christmas, or?
yeah, that's when I told the MBLC that we'd start around Christmas, January, around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Added to the list. Thank you for getting that grant, Sam. So any old business? I feel like we've covered a lot of old business.
Just that I think had been talking about some policies. I think we can probably skip that for this meeting, but to circle back around to them, maybe for the next one or the one after that.
Yes, thank you for that reminder.
I did review the ones you sent me, Kimberly, and I made some comments, and then there was one that I meant to send back more comments on, and then I forgot which one it was, and I haven't come up for air.
Okay,
So
no problem.
I will do that again.
Yeah, Sam and I met to talk about this YA position a while ago. And as part of our discussion, we realized we need to like look at the staff policy and look forward to what we need and how to get there. So there's a long-term plan for that, which I know town also wants us to have. So we've got some work to do on that one too. All right. Any other old business we want to tackle? Feel like we're all kind of spent on this right now. We've touched on it in our meeting, but if anyone needs more in-depth information, we can chat. And so we have new business. The first item being the old library cleanup. And as I mentioned, touched on earlier today, we started talking to Anthony about just walking over to I think Sam has gotten everything except for the Friends stuff out of the old library. And so everything else that's there's a desk, there's some chairs, there's some folding chairs, there's some tables, there's things like that other departments who might be taking over the space could use. But we also just need to, whatever's not going to be used by another department needs to be removed. So that process is starting. I'm going to set up a meeting with Anthony next week just to do a walkthrough, see what that process will look like and who's responsible for it. Mark came up with the idea of once we get to the part where we just need manual labor to move things to the dumpster, that maybe we should as a board talk about maybe doing a donation to like the class of 2022 or 2023 and see if they would bring some bodies over to help us empty the things, something like that. So that is underway, hopefully soon. And then the other new business is library artwork.
Okay, so this now covers two different things, right? So there's Linda Lorden wants to donate a couple of pieces of art to town and to the library. I'm sorry. So I'm working to get more details from her on exactly what it is and working to figure out where it could potentially fit in the new building. So probably at our next meeting, we'll have to, when I have a little more information and we have a little more idea where it could potentially go in the library, we'll have to make a decision on whether we want to accept the gift or not. The other bit on library artwork pretty much came up when they started moving all the artwork, and a lot of it is going to need some TLC. So according to Cheryl, she thinks some of the artwork was restored in like the early 90s, and it's probably time for some investment in it, to clean up and repair the frames and that type of stuff. So I spoke briefly with Cheryl, who is going to get us some names of some people that do that type of thing, and we can figure out how much it will cost and then start making a decision on that. So that's the two things I have for artwork at the moment. So nothing really needs to be decided today because I don't think we have enough information to decide anything at this point.
Before we move the old artwork over or before we hang it up, is there going to be another kind of evaluation process to see if it's still art that we want to, do we want to kind of leave space for newer art? Is this just going to, by default, because it's always been in the library, going to hang in the new library? Is there a process?
So it's already over.
It is, okay.
Yeah, it's already been hung. Cheryl spent today with Chuck hanging it. So it's mostly in the large meeting room and the local history room. But yeah, we definitely need to. Some of the frames are falling apart. They're dirty and dusty, and yeah, they look a little better actually on being up on the walls, but they definitely need some help.
She did a beautiful job, by the way, of getting kind of that artwork in the downstairs ready for Sunday too. The gallery down there.
Yeah,
those
yeah,
really
that's great.
Yeah.
The thing about the portraits we did put up is that now you feel like everybody's watching you. There's a bunch of eyes just like staring at you. Yeah, it looks good.
So I do agree with Kimberly. We should actually make at some point we should have the art appraised and evaluated and figure out if that's what we want in the library or if we should start investing or looking for other things too. And if there's, what we want to do. I think all of the art's hung up now except the Reuben Hoare portrait, right? Who Cheryl said was too heavy to hang on the system that was there.
Right.
So
there were multiple Reuben Hoare portraits. It's just the biggest one that we couldn't hang. So I think one of them is in the local history room right now.
Okay. Yeah, Reuben Hoare is in the local history room.
Yeah.
One of his.
Right.
So the decision was made to hang the art because we couldn't lay it flat and keep it safe. So it was hung because it was the best way to store it until we come to a point where we can make these decisions.
So the one piece that I didn't see get moved was the Cooper portrait.
It's a spot for it. I just don't think it's hung yet.
Yeah. It got moved over. I think it's just not
okay.
hung yet. Yep.
Okay. So
I think that's going in the lobby, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, above the water fountain. Yeah, so there are definitely things that the library is not finished. Like it feels like a library. It will function like a library. I know a lot of people will not even notice that it's not finished and that will just keep evolving. And those are the kind of things that we don't have time to perfect yet. So, and some of these decisions will maybe take a little longer than we, just to make sure we're doing them, having the good discussions about them. Okay,
yeah,
anything
that goes
else?
Back to what I was saying, we should, figure out what we want to spend money on in the library and how we want it to be longer term.
Yeah.
So that all kind of goes together.
Yes. So any other business?
I have one other question for Sam on the building. Do we actually have the card catalogs up?
The card catalog computers, you mean? Like the
Yes.
no, we have 3 computers up but we don't have a dedicated card
Okay.
catalog computer.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Will
Yeah.
we have one?
I mean, you can just go to the library website and,
I always just go on my phone.
yeah, you don't necessarily need a dedicated one. The IT did a great job today. They, at the last minute, they put together 3 computers for us. They've been spending all the last couple of weeks helping us set up the staff computers. They've been really awesome. So big shout out to Nancy and Tom for that.
Yeah, that was great. I didn't expect that to come together. So I was very grateful for that.
You know, they stayed after they usually go home, so they were really great.
All right, we owe them a thank you.
Yeah.
All right, any other business?
Oh, I had one other thing that I forgot to mention on my updates is I'm meeting with conservation. I'm probably meeting with conservation next week to talk about the trees. And I assume that pine tree is still coming down at some point too, but out front by the tennis courts that they partially took down and before the bucket broke. Do we know anything about that? Okay, I'll follow up with that one too.
That would be great. I just had something and then I got distracted. I will remember and ask you later.
So I was wondering if we wanted to do something, a nice welcome gift or something for the staff. If we last year we mentioned like jackets or something, if there's something we should consider doing.
I agree. We need to do something.
So who wants to take the lead on looking at something like that?
If somebody else decides what the thing is, I can definitely do that.
Do you think like jackets or fleeces or something would be a good idea, Sam?
We wanted jackets or fleeces because it was cold in the library. Hopefully that won't be the the same thing in this new library. So yeah, we can talk about it and we can think of something. Yeah, I'm not.
If you want to bounce ideas off the staff or what they would like, then you know.
Sorry, Mark. We have connections through my work with embroidery and screening places with that. So if you have some ideas, I can get you some quotes, if that's helpful. Work with Kimberly on that.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And let's come up with ideas so that we can get something, into the staff's hands by Christmas time, right? If we're not meeting again until December, we can't vote the money, and we can't vote the money if we don't know what we're doing. So it'd be kind of nice to have an idea what we're doing and do something nice. In the meantime, they always like chocolate.
That we can make happen. That's easy.
Yeah.
Do you have a ballpark amount, or is that premature to be talking about in terms of a per item? Because I can pull some things together if we have a ballpark amount for a fleece.
I don't know. Why don't we talk tomorrow and we'll.
Okay.
We can brainstorm ideas this weekend. All right. It's going to really bother me that I had something else to ask and I don't know what it is. So I'll ask you tomorrow when I remember it. And that comes to the end of our agenda. Anyone want to make a motion?
Just want to say well done to everybody. We've worked so hard for all of this, and I'm excited. Wish I could be there. Part of me is thinking I'm going to come on like my car and like watch you all, but that would probably be creepy. So I don't want to do that. But I wish I could be there. And I just want to say you've all worked really hard, and I'm excited. And I can't wait to come in next week and be able to walk around.
When's the nameplates arrive for our chairs, Sam? Because I want to make sure I get mine before Katrina claims it.
No matter which one you claim, I'm claiming the same one.
Oh, that is one thing we need to order, Sam, is the new trustees don't have nameplates, name tags.
Okay. I'll get some.
So,
I can be Chris Asselin tomorrow.
so I have one, but I don't know who else has one. So.
I don't think any of us do.
I do not.
Just Mark.
Yeah, it's really. I think Chris has one. Chris. Yeah.
Do you have one?
Yeah, we're the only ones who've never, the rest of you never even been in a meeting in real life, right? We've always just been on Zoom. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And Mira has.
I've been to a meeting, but I don't have a name tag.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Of course, I have it at the house somewhere now because I actually wore it the other day and now I don't know where it is. So I'll have to look for it.
I might already.
So I do want to do a thank out to Demetra, who took photographs at the open house on Sunday. That was very nice, a nice touch. I'm thankful for her volunteering her time to do that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Just out of curiosity, have they come out yet, or is she kind of going to do like the whole weekend and then send them out? Has anyone gotten any?
I have not seen anything, but I will.
So it's not just me. I just wanted to check. That's totally fine. I was just wondering if I missed it.
She is planning to take, I think she's planning to be at the ribbon cutting, and I'm sure she will duck in during the weekend. It was awesome to have her take some photos.
Totally.
And then everyone, this is fun. So hopefully someone else has a camera and we can capture some if she's not there. All right. I think I have nothing else that I can recall at this point, and we're all tired. So we're going to see you tomorrow.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Oh, that was close. I don't know who said that.
Kimberly.
All right. Let's go, Kimberly.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Mira,
Yes.
Wendy,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
And we'll see everyone for the ribbon cutting tomorrow at 10 and for the rest of the celebration Friday and Saturday. So looking forward to the new library, guys. Thank you.
Night.